Hi, this is Stacia, and we're going to take a look at a blitz game that I played on leechess.org. It's an interesting one where I think my opponent messed up the opening, but the position gets sharp, so I think this will be fun to look at. Let's have a look. My opponent was rated 1886. I was rated 1839 for this game. And I played knight to f6. He played c4, and I went c5. The old leg of my repertoire, hoping for a Benko Gambit. Sure enough, d5 was played, which means we can play the move b5. So we are in a Benko Gambit, and almost certainly white should take at least once, like so. And when I play here, there's a variety of moves that can be played, but my opponent played an iffy move, b3. This is a little bit iffy because it weakens this diagonal, which also has a rook at the end of it. So it can be a little tricky. I mean, they probably want to try to do this, but that usually doesn't work out. So I checked. What I like about this move is if they play bishop d2, which looks natural, well, now the bishop is committed here instead of on b2, where he likely belongs at this point. Okay, and here I play b4. I actually enjoy this pawn structure. It looks funny, but it's pretty interesting to play. And now he went a3. I played g6, and I do believe this next move is a mistake, but it's kind of interesting, and that's why I want to look at this game. So I think probably the best move is queen c2 here. A lot of people find it. Another move is, let's see, maybe I wonder if this move is okay, because if I go bishop g7, they can occupy this diagonal this way. I had someone play this against me in a real tournament game, actually. Slow time control. I think that game I won in time pressure at the very end. It was against a kid. All right. But yeah, queen c2, the point of queen c2 is to play rook a2. And the rook would be defended, which means that this becomes a threat. And that would attack my queen two ways, and I would have to retreat and be worse. So I do like queen c2. But he actually did take this. So I think this is losing because I can take a rook. But I do want to see if I played this correctly. I've had lines like this before where it gets too crazy and I actually lose material back. So that's why I want to look at this. Material, but my queen is not well placed on a1. It's kind of vulnerable. And this pawn mass can become an issue. I mean, that's a lot of pawns. So he played this move. So attacking the queen, so I moved it. It was between this move and queen a6, but I actually think queen a2 is a good move. We're maintaining the pressure on the knight and on the pawn, so that kind of makes him worry about moving his queen. He took here. Okay, so there's the pawn mass. That's his only hope. And here I played bishop g7. e3 developing, and now I played knight to a6. I'm just going to take a pawn basically, plus I'm developing. Had to keep checking that my king's or that my queen's not in danger, but I don't think that she is. Okay, pawn there. Wow, so now there must be some kind of crazy tactic because I played the move knight h5, so I'm trying to get my bishop in the game and trade off that dark square bishop, which did happen. This is fine. Computer gives the move knight to e4. Ooh, so what's happening here? So if they take my bishop, we now have this move. Queen takes f2 checkmate. That's pretty nice. I did not see that resource during the game, which is sad. I think I should probably see that. It's funny how we get tunnel vision in our chess games. Like here, I'm like, oh, I just need to untangle. I'm up material. But this threatens mate in 1. And it also threatens the bishop. So, you know, computer's giving knight to e2. But now I'm able to trade some stuff off now. Yeah, it says take here. Would I take now? I don't think so. Oh, but I could play here. Attacking the bishop again, or the knight again, and attacking the pawn. And if the knight moves, it's check. So queen b2 is nice. Okay, so that knight e4 move is pretty good. Okay, but I did this instead. Still winning, of course. He attacked my queen, but I saw it. Now I am attacking the pawn. Yeah, and here I should just take with check. I guess in hindsight, I'm a little surprised this opponent's rated 1880. Yeah, and here he proposes a queen trade, which I think is good for me, given that I'm up material and development. So I simply castled, and I think his only hope is a pass pawn now. But this move actually doesn't work because the knight is backwards defending the square. So he may not have seen that. So he's trying to attack. I move my rook. Okay, and now I played the strong move, rook to b7. Because guess what? The knight is actually trapped. So that pretty much did it, and my opponent resigned. So I hope you enjoyed this little miniature. My conclusion is that when you take the rook, you're just completely winning. So you have to play carefully, but I definitely love this knight e4 resource that popped up. Yeah, right here. So that's the other takeaway from this game, is realizing that you can hang your bishop if you make a mate threat. So I'll be looking for that in future games. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back with more chess. All right, bye.